Hello, my midlife beauties. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to be talking today about something that affects all of us, but we, as women over 40, we don't really talk that much about. And that is when the life that we built starts to feel too small. I am Karen Shatafian. I'm a life coach for women over 40, and it is my mission to help women create lives that they are in love with. And it takes a lot of unraveling from a lot of the conditioning that we've learned, a lot of the roles that we've held, kind of what society has told us we need to be, do, and have in order to be happy. And then we get to this stage in life and we find that that may not be the case. So I help women really decide how they want their next chapter to look, and I empower them to go after it. So I wrote a blog post about something that so many of us as women over 40, in our 40s, our 50s, 60s, we feel this, right? We feel it deeply, but we don't say it out loud and we don't talk about it. And it's when the life that we've built just doesn't fit anymore. And I wrote a blog post about this. You can find it on my website, KarenShatafian.com. And it's literally, the title is The Life You Built Doesn't Fit Anymore. Now What? A Guide for Midlife Women. And I know a thing or two about this because I've experienced this myself, and I've helped clients work their way through this as well. So I just want to talk about why our life changes around this stage and what we can do about it. And I'm also here to normalize this and let you know you are not alone. Does this sound familiar? You've checked all the boxes in your 20s and 30s, you've handled all the things, and then you get to a point, usually in your 40s, where things just start to feel off. You feel out of sorts. You don't really feel in alignment with yourself. And you look in the mirror and you ask, where did I go? This is a time where the life you built, it just doesn't fit anymore. You've done all the things. You've built the career. Maybe you've raised the kids. Maybe you've really shown up in your marriage, right? You've held it all down. You've held everyone up. And now you're standing in the quiet and you're thinking, who am I anymore? Because we were told that as girls and women, the most important thing is to take care of others, right? To be a good mom, to be a good wife, to be a good daughter, be a caretaker. We were conditioned to sacrifice our own needs and wants and desires for the good of everyone else. So if you're at this point and you're asking, who am I? You've done nothing wrong. You've followed the playbook that society set for you. And the beautiful thing about midlife is we do get to this point and we start stepping back and we start thinking, am I going to continue to sign up for this? Am I going to continue to sign up for something that really doesn't serve me anymore? And we start to get that confidence when we hit our 40s and 50s. And we start to say, you know what? I'm going to draw a line in the sand, and I am no longer available for X, Y, and Z. When we get to this stage, it's kind of an identity shift or an identity collapse, even, right? Because we do get to this point and we get this quiet craving for something more, and we don't even really know what that's about, because we're like, wait a minute, I have my marriage, I have my kids, I have my house, I have my career, I'm the dutiful daughter, I've done all the things and I still feel out of sorts. So what the hell is going on? But what midlife is trying to tell you, there's a big message that this stage in life is trying to tell you. And it's basically that you are worthy of more. You are worthy of more than just the roles and responsibilities and obligations that you have been a part of, for decades. So let's just call it what it is. Like, midlife is not just about the hot flashes and, new hobbies. It's about this identity shift. The good news is you get to take an active role in how your life looks from today moving forward. The roles that you've wrapped your life around, and I'm in there too, me too, right? The roles that I've wrapped my life around: mom, wife, caretaker, business owner, professional. These roles, they start falling away when we get to this stage in life. They start shifting. And so we are left looking in the mirror saying, who am I without all of that? Who am I if I'm not this wonderful mother, wonderful wife, great employee or business owner or career professional, great daughter? Who am I without all those roles? And that question can be scary as hell because no one teaches us how to rebuild ourselves when we are not constantly needed anymore or when we're not constantly serving people anymore. Like nobody teaches us how to rebuild ourselves after these roles start to shift and fall away. And let me tell you, this hit hard for me at several stages in my life. I was a stay-at-home mom, so when my kids got older, my identity, like my whole purpose in life was raising children, that started to shift and that started to fall away because guess what? They were becoming independent, which is what they were supposed to do. But my identity started shifting and this felt extremely uncomfortable. Who was I if I wasn't taking care of them? I felt this again when my marriage unraveled, when I got divorced, when I was no longer a wife. Who am I if I'm not taking care of the household and the family? And it happened again when I reached the empty nest. And although I'm still in communication with my kids, I still help them, I still see them, it's not the same. And so it's okay. I'm here to normalize it for you. If your roles and responsibilities are shifting at this stage in life and you're kind of stepping back going, oh my God, who am I? What do I want? That is normal. You are not alone. Okay. I'm going to say that again for the people in the back. If you feel like you've lost yourself, you are not alone. This is so common in midlife, but we don't talk about it because society wants us to feel like something's wrong with us if we're not serving and sacrificing and taking care of everybody. Okay? Nothing is wrong. You have not failed. It doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It's a sign that you're waking up. You're waking up to your desires, to your truth, to the fact that you want more and it's okay to want more and you are worthy of more. You're waking up to yourself. More depth, more freedom, more pleasure, right? More of you in your own life. And it doesn't mean that we don't care about the people in our lives. It just means that we are starting to prioritize ourselves at this stage moving forward. Okay, so now what? This is our reality. Now what? And I have some good news for you because this midlife unraveling that Brené Brown calls it is the beginning. It's not the end. It is actually the beginning. And it's the permission slip that you need to pause, to start peeling back the layers, and to get curious about all the possibilities for you. So let's just tackle the big question. Now what? So there are two powerful places to start. The first one is we're not going back. We're not supposed to go back to the old you, the old me, right? We're not going back. We are meant to meet the new you, the new me. We are creating our next best chapter. And in that chapter is a new star of the show. We're going to meet her. So it's okay to give yourself permission to let go of the life that doesn't fit anymore. The responsibilities and the roles that you've kind of outgrown, right? They feel too tight. Even if you built it with love, because we all did, we all took our roles and responsibilities as mothers, wives, caretakers, career people, caregivers. We took those roles seriously and we did them so well. We built this with love, but it's okay now to unhook from these and look at what is no longer working and what needs to shift. So that's the first important piece. The second important piece is to just get curious about what's calling you, because I know you have desires, passions, dreams, a purpose inside you that is calling to you. And it might be buried. It might be hard to hear right now because we've kind of pushed it down to take care of all the other things that we have had to do over our life. But get curious about what's calling you. Look at what feels heavy right now and how can you let go of that? Look at what's missing. I know when I was in my 40s, I call it the midlife void, right? There were things that were missing. And it took a lot of courage for me to really be honest with myself and look at that. So I'm here to encourage you to just get brave and look at what's missing. And then look at what is tugging at you. What are those little whispers, or maybe they're, kind of louder screams that your intuition is telling you, and maybe you don't know what to do with it yet, but what are you desiring? Listen to that intuition, listen to those whispers, listen to those screams, because that is your intuition telling you what you're desiring, what you want to call in your next chapter. And you don't need like a 5-year plan. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to get curious and start asking yourself different questions and then be open as the truth rises to the surface. So if you are in that space of, I want more, but I don't know where to start, or, these roles and responsibilities aren't really fitting for me anymore, but what's next? Right? Or if you're in this place of, I just don't recognize myself anymore. And I want to consciously create the next best version of myself. These are all uncomfortable places to be because we haven't been there in the decades leading up to this point because we have been consumed with taking care of everyone and everything else. We haven't had time to look at what we want. What are my passions? What's my purpose? What are my bigger goals and dreams? We've been focusing on everybody else's. So it's okay to get to this point and feel out of sorts. And if you feel like you want to get some clarity around this, you want to get some confidence around this so you can really purposefully decide what your next chapter is, I have 2 options for you. I have a place for you to start. The first is I have a free midlife reset cheat sheet where I walk you through just a few questions to ask yourself so you can really get curious. You can really gain some clarity and start to build your confidence so you can take action. You can decide what is my next best step. Because your best life, your best midlife and beyond, your next best chapter is not going to happen unless you get clear and get confident and then take action. So my midlife reset cheat sheet can help you do that in like 15 minutes. It's not a long, laborious process at all. It's just some really laser focused questions to help you get curious, decide what you want next. Or my other option is I invite you to something that's very simple but extremely powerful, and it is a free midlife reset call with me. We'll get on Zoom. We will talk about what's feeling out of alignment. Like, where are the places in your life that you're feeling like you might want something more or something needs to shift? We'll talk about what you're craving. Like, what are your desires? And we'll start to talk about becoming this newest version of yourself on purpose with intention. Okay. Not by default because of the roles and the titles and the responsibilities and the obligations that we've been, juggling for decades, but we're going to do this deliberately. We're going to create your next best chapter deliberately. And you get to decide how your life looks. You get to decide the shifts you want to make. Zero pressure, zero fluff, just a real, honest conversation, no strings attached. So if you're ready to just bounce some ideas off me, ask me some questions, just get some clarity on like, what do I really want moving forward? Let's get on a free midlife reset call and we can riff about it because you know what? I am your midlife wing woman. I am here to listen to what you're saying, hear you, see you, because guess what? I am you. I've been you and I am you. So I know exactly where you've been and how to help you take the next best step. Okay. So if you're ready to come back home to you, this is your sign. If this video has activated anything within you, this is your sign. It's your time. And I have these 2 free resources that can help you figure out what is next for you. So drop a thumbs up emoji or drop something in the comments and then head to the link to either download the free midlife reset cheat sheet or get on my calendar so we can have a free midlife reset coaching call. This is not the end. Midlife is not the end. These major shifts that are happening right now, this unraveling that Brene calls it, is not the end. It's the beginning. It's the invitation. It's the starting line. It's your time to reclaim, reinvent, and reawaken. All right? You don't need to go back to who you were. We loved her. We honor her. We appreciate her. But now it's time to step into the next best version of you. And you're allowed to create her however you want, whatever feels good to you. So thank you so much for being here today. I see you. I am you, and I'm here to walk this next chapter with you. So let me know in the comments, what are you ready to claim or reclaim as you step into this new, empowered, and inspired version of yourself? Thank you for being here. As always, love you, love you.